So hello fellow Hotdroppers, here we are with the PlayStation players high above the snowy fields of Vikendi. We're just about to do a long jump to the coast. There's me, Scalespeeder, I've got Burn Sieve, Squarely and Dad Dragon 1991 with me, and tonight we're going to share our thoughts about Vikendi on the PlayStation 4, how well it's gone, what we think of it, what we'd like to change and stuff like that. Now you'll have to forgive the audio quality because we're recording this on the PlayStation Network party system, and we're actually playing at the same time as well. So if there's a pause and a load of gunfights, it means we've got ourselves into a bit of trouble. But we're going to jump long, loot safe, do a bit of D23E, and then work our way back in to the circle. So you guys probably know me from my various YouTube videos and being on the podcast with a few months ago. My perspective on Vikendi and the PlayStation 4 is that I spent like the last year playing on Xbox and then came over to PlayStation because that's kind of my main console, and I play a little bit of mobile as well. But we've also got Burn Siebes with us. So Burn, what's your background on the PlayStation and PUBG? What have you been doing?
I used to play on PC at a friend's house about 2 years ago, I want to say. Yeah, that sounds about right. And that's when I first started playing. It was kind of intermittently. And then I played a lot on Xbox. But I haven't played in about 8 months prior to a week ago. Right. So I am not new to the series, but new to most of the new maps.
Fantastic. And where are you from, Burn?
San Francisco.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Now, Squarely, what's your history with PUBG and sort of the PlayStation?
I waited for the game till I saw the first video on PC.
Right.
And it's an absolute amazing game.
Yeah.
I hope in the future there will be I don't know how it calls, overworked version of it. So
right. Yeah.
It's so it have a new start.
Yeah.
For all consoles. Mm-hmm. That would be great because it's kind of bad that the PC starts for 2 years ago, and now the PlayStation comes in, so it's I don't know, in-game game. So I don't know how I call that, but it's an absolute amazing game. Absolutely.
And where are you from, Squarely?
From Germany.
Ah, brilliant. And we've also got, bringing up the rear, we've got Dad Dragon, who's joining us. So what's your history with PUBG, Dragon?
Well, I started playing it at a friend's house on PC. Got a feeling for the game, liked the controls and everything, and then I started playing it on mobile a bit when it came out. And then I got it on the PS, and I absolutely love it on the PS so far.
Brilliant. So, I remember Burn, when we were chatting before, when we was going in, you were saying how amazing it looks. So I guess the first subject to kind of cover would be what do you guys think of how Vikendi looks, especially sort of compared to the other maps like Sanhok and Miramar and Erangel. Starting with you, Burn, what do you think?
So, I mean, I love that I could land and instantly start looting. Back when I was playing on Xbox, you'd have to wait like a minute until everything loaded in, and you could like jump while you're on top of a building and you would glitch through the roof and all that kind of stuff. So going from that to this is just like, oh, it's amazing.
So you don't have any problems with rubber banding or jelly mold buildings or anything like that?
Nope.
Right, cool. What you running the game on?
Actually, the original PS4. I got it the Nathan Drake's Fortune.
Right, cool. Yeah. I mean, I can add to that. I mean, I run mine on an OG PS4, but what I have done is I've upgraded to a external solid state hard drive, because when PUBG was on the Xbox, it was terrible for jelly mold buildings, and like you say, when you get to the ground, you couldn't loot up because the buildings weren't there. And I just swapped it over from my Xbox to my PlayStation and installed it to make it even even smoother that way. So, but yeah, I think Vikendi looks amazing. I just love running around in the snow, or even when you like go south to Volnova. If you go to the city of Volnova, then get in the hills south of Volnova, some of the views are absolutely stunning. It just looks so good, so good.
The best gadget is the footsteps. The footsteps
Right, yes.
in the snow. It's absolute great. It's funny to follow them. It brings kind of inspector work with it. It makes fun.
It brings the game to life, doesn't it? Squarely. So, any other things about the way the game looks squarely? You know that you've picked up on since it came.
The only thing I don't like, it's a hard word. So, when you're landing fast and for a really hot drop on Villa or something, and there are a bunch of people with you, it took amount of time that the buildings are totally builded when you run through them.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why. Why is it? Why that is so? But
so what you're saying is you do have some problems with the game loading in. Yeah. See, that's really interesting. That so it kind of shows you the difference maybe with hard drive specs that Sony have put onto the different PlayStations, because I know my PlayStation with the original drive I did get some jelly mold buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's cool. So
maybe I'm just being way more forgiving considering what I remember.
I have to say too, I have one of the oldest PlayStation 4s, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is if you want to invest a little bit of money and buy an external USB solid state drive, an SSD, it does get rid of that completely. You know, the game loads a lot faster.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think, Dragon, of the way it looks and the way it plays?
I really like the new features they added to it, like the footprints in the snow, as we just talked about. The tire marks on the snow as well, by snowmobiles and all. But I do have a problem with rendering while landing.
Right.
Because it's like sometimes, you know, when you're landing in Villa or something, you get really close to Villa and you still don't see it. It's just an empty field. And then suddenly it appears and you're just landing on top of the roof or something. Yeah,
that kind of, that's echoed by quite a lot of other people. So, but yeah, I think one of the problems with the consoles is because of the speeds of the normal hard drives in them, they just can't keep up with the amount of data that they've got to load in off a spinning platform. But yeah, as I say, if you want to get rid of that, if you invest in an SSD, it definitely makes a big difference.
And I'm not sure if it's good or not. It's just an SSD I found at home. I'm not sure if it's going to be good or not.
Is it USB SSD?
No.
All right. Well, you can always get an
I can always, attach a USB to it, I guess. Or
get an enclosure for it, and then that would be cool. All right, coolio. So now
I got an extra SKS on me.
Oh right, okay, cool. we are playing at the same time. I'm trying to think. I'm looking at my questions and I'm running around thinking, wait a minute, I've got away from everybody else.
And I have a suppressor for a DMR, and I have a suppressor for an AR, and I can use the SKS to be honest.
Yeah, you have a silenced SKS.
Lovely jubbly.
Okay.
Now,
orange.
Next thing to talk about probably would be, what does everybody think of the different environments in the map? You know, the fact that, we have like the snowy areas where kind of we are at the moment by Kritcha, and then you've got like down by Volnova and the sort of southeast you've got the open areas. Is there any particular favourite places you like to fight in or visit or drop at even? I know we've done a bit of a quiet drop now. Starting with you, Bird.
I like the coastal areas. a lot. I just like the way they look and the way the small towns look like. Like they look like small fishing villages, like they properly do.
Yeah,
I thought that
absolutely.
was a cool extra thing added.
Brilliant, brilliant. Any particular favourite other places to drop yet that you've like going to?
What is it? Villa I thought was really cool. I just like the way the architecture looked there.
Yeah.
Those are probably not the things people are looking for where they drop, but but that's what I like.
Nice. And Squarely, what about you? What do you think of the different environments, and have you got any sort of favourite places you like to drop at?
I love the Hotdrops. I love Villa Castle. The buildings are great. Build it up.
Yeah.
So you can hide. You can play aggressive. You can choose your game how you like to play it. You have many hotspots around the big towns, and you have the a secret cave here on the map. I didn't use since today.
Yes.
It's I wanted to go there, but I can't find it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's live on PlayStation yet. I know it's live on the PTS on the PC, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure they've put it in yet. And so, what about you, Dragon? What do you like? What environments do you like on the map, and where do you like to drop, or do you like to visit while you're playing on Vikendi?
I'm not much for hot drops, to be honest. I like to go loot in peace a bit, but otherwise, most of the people I play with do like hot drops, like Sporty. And if I go to a hot drop, well, in this map, it's mainly Villa.
Yeah.
You know, those houses on the side, they're just great to push Villa from, but I just die anyways, so yeah.
Excellent. Now, I've got a spare 8x scope. Does anybody want an 8x scope?
Ooh, I would love that.
Okay. I haven't 4 times. It's okay.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't have any. I just got a 3 times actually.
Okay, so I'm just dropping it on me now.
And I have extra AR. I have 2 extra AR suppressors if anyone wants it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind having one of them. I'll take one if you don't mind.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, is this what they call streamer loot?
Yes. So I've got this 8x is just here if you want it, Burn.
Alright, on my way.
Cool. Right, now, probably so we all agree that it looks amazing, the game.
Oh, it does.
And it plays pretty good.
Much time, Glenn. I'm nearly there.
But if I have just one thing I can say,
Yes.
It's you know, when you play the PC version a bit and then you come back to this, it does look a bit bad.
Right. Yeah. But compared to like the Erangel or Sanhok, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? So.
It looks way better. Yes.
So the thing I wanted to talk about next really was the loot balance of Vikendi and what we felt about that. You know, it seems to be very SMG heavy, and you know, there's not that many DMRs. You know, you don't find that many Mini 14s or VSSs or SLRs or SKSs. I know, you know, we've picked one up today. I mean, and you also have things like there's lots of level 3 helmets and level 3 vests around. So, you know, Burn, what do you think about the way that the loot is on Vikendi compared to some of the other maps? Have you got any particular views about how it is, and maybe any changes you'd like them to make, or do you like it the way it is?
I feel like I get a silencer for a sniper every single time I play on this map, but I very rarely ever get a sniper.
I absolutely agree with that one. Yeah, definitely.
It's a weird thing to have happen, but that's every single time. Like, oh, where's going to be an SKS?
Yeah.
I play a whole game and not even see one.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, I've done that many a time. Carried a sniper for a suppressor for a sniper or a DMR into the final circles, just hoping to pick one up in between now and then. What about you, Squarely? What do you think of the loot mix that we've got on Vikendi?
like I said, it's a map where you can choose to play aggressive, because the loot is also, you in every house you find a good gun, an
Yeah.
AKM or something. You are in when you can loot 2 or 3 houses, you are looted for good fights. There are in every house is level 2, whereas it's not like on other maps.
No. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, what have I got? I've got a G36 and an M16, and I'm all scoped up. What have you got, Bern?
I got SKS and an M4, both of them fully loaded. 8 times on the SKS, 3 times on the M4, both have suppressor.
Brilliant.
Yeah, pretty good.
Squarely,
No
what
boosters,
are you running?
I have an M4 full
Yeah.
loaded with an Kar98 with full scopes.
Nice. And Dragon, what do you think of? What have you got, and what do you think of the loot mix on Vikendi?
Well, so far I've got a fully decked out and a fully decked out Mini 14 as well.
Oh, nice. Gosh, yes. Wow. So we have got 2 DMRs amongst us.
Yeah,
Wow.
and about the loot.
3, yeah,
mix,
sorry, yeah.
well, I might be kind of weird here because I actually do enjoy the loot in Sandhawk more.
Right.
Scale, you should move a little bit to us, maybe.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've gone the other way. Sorry, chaps. Right, I'm coming
It's
to you.
okay.
Good. So we like that. Now, the other thing that's different about Vikendi is the way that the blue, well, the circle and the blue works. It starts off with a much smaller circle. We've just been lucky that we've kind of landed near it, and then the blue moves much slower, doesn't it? I don't know if you noticed it in the final circles. It comes in a lot slower. There's a lot more time to think about your tactical decisions in between the circles. Has anybody got any thoughts on that? Especially compared to the likes of Sandhawk, where in Sandhawk, at the end everything starts getting real hectic and everybody's getting squashed in. Or you've got Miramar, where it kind of comes in at a normal speed. Have we noticed that that difference in the way that the circle mechanics work on Vikendi? Starting with you, Bern.
Yeah, I haven't really had an issue with the circles on Vikendi now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Never really had to rush in or anything.
Yeah.
It's always been a pretty calm pace as far as that goes.
Yeah, I definitely prefer it a lot. I don't like it when you're forced in front of the blue really, really hard. I like the fact that on Vikendi you can take your time and make those decisions to change your route into the circle depending on cover or where fire's coming from. But what about yourself, Squarely? Have you noticed any difference with the way that the blue works compared to, say, Sandhawk or Miramar or Erangel?
The circle mechanics on this maps are better than on the other. You can still fight in the zone.
Yeah.
Survive a little bit longer. You can heal up a little bit. On other maps, the second or third circle, the last one, you can't do anything. If you getting shot, you are dead. On this map, not.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have still a chance.
Good. Yeah. And Dragon, what do you think about the way the blue works on Vikendi?
I actually really like the way the blue moves in Vikendi. You never have a problem with blue in this map.
No.
Almost never. Unless you just stuck up behind something or something. But otherwise, it's very good. I really like it. Much better than Miramar, for example.
Yeah. I would agree definitely there. Cool. Now, is there anything you would change about Vikendi?
Well, just the drop rate of certain things, like more DMRs or snipers.
Right.
I mean, we got lucky this time, but
yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Squarely, anything you would change about Vikendi?
Just the buildings of the buildings and at the start. The bug where the buildings don't.
Oh, we got shots.
To make it PlayStation friendlier, I don't know how to say that.
Yeah. You don't want the jelly mold buildings.
Yeah. On the map, still, I wouldn't change anything.
Right. Gosh, yeah. Praise indeed. And Dragon, anything you would change about Vikendi?
Not really. No, I actually really like this map.
Yeah, I agree.
It's the only thing I would change, but it's something that doesn't have to do anything with like PUBG. It's the rendering, but otherwise I'm all good.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, for me, I think gunfire. Right? Who's taking? Anybody taking fire?
Sorry. Yeah, me. I can see a guy running. They're on the rock. 130, far away, far away. Stand still. 1 more second.
So, I mean, for me at the moment, Vikendi is definitely my favourite PUBG map. It would probably go something like Vikendi, Erringel, Sanhok, Miramar, probably at the moment, something like that. But say, Bern, what would where would Vikendi be on your list of favourite maps?
I'll say yeah, probably my favorite one right now.
And you have to forgive us because we're engaged in a gunfight right now.
Yeah, sorry, I have one down. One is down.
Nice. Circle has moved. So squarely, where would this map fall in your list of favourite PUBG maps?
I would say it's my second favorite map.
Lovely. And Dragon?
It's my second favorite map after Sanhok.
Excellent. Now we are involved in a heavy firefight. Now there's 22 left. We're moving in on the circle.
This one by the rock, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's running behind it.
I see him.
Ooh.
Got him once.
Yeah, I got him. Oh, there's another dude
Twice.
running behind him.
Yep. Pulling him down.
So
Well,
just to kind of finish off then, while we're in the middle of this gunfight, I think the Vikendi launch on PlayStation has been pretty smooth. I've really enjoyed it, and I felt that PUBG has gone up to it's stepped up another level in terms of quality and fun. In sort of closing words, then Bern, how would you sum up the Vikendi launch?
Where that guy dropped, there's another one.
No.
Nice shot. Oh, Dragon's gone down. If you could get into that smoke.
He's in the blue.
Gonna have to run like crazy.
Guy's got him. Oh, nice.
Both dead.
Alright.
I got a medkit if you want, or not a medkit.
die.
Dragon's down. Right, we're down to 3. Unlucky Dragon.
Yep.
So, Bern, what do you think about the release of Vikendi then?
I'm happy with it. I just happened to buy PUBG when it just came out. I wasn't aware that they were making a new map, so it was like a pleasant surprise for me. So, like I said, I'm happy with it. No
Lovely.
complaints.
Squarely?
No complaints with the map.
Fantastic.
I like it to play on this map.
Brilliant. And sort of finishing things off, Dragon, how's the Vikendi launch been for you on PlayStation 4?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great with all the update and all the user interface they changed and everything. It's a nice change. You just feel like you have a new game,
Absolutely.
It's very fun.
Brilliant. Well, there we go, fellow Hotdroppers. Hopefully this has given you an insight into how us PlayStation players have felt about Vikendi. Overall, I think you say it's been a success. We've enjoyed it. It's expanded Vikendi, expanded PlayStation's PUBG offering, and we're really enjoying it. But you have to forgive us. We've got to go now because we're down to the last 15. We're coming into the last circles and it's all getting a bit tense. Squarely is just trying to climb on top of a building, and
right
yeah, we're
That's one right here on me.
right, and yeah, I'll see you guys all online. Thank you very much.
Where I just threw? I just saw him crawling over.